Welcome, everyone. Good morning, good evening, wherever you may be joining us from, whether it's the humid Queensland heat or the freezing storm in Oklahoma. Welcome. We're so glad that you're here. Welcome, Susan.
Hi, thank you.
Okay, so welcome to Styled with Love, a guide for lipedema warriors. We're so grateful that you could join us. My name's Emily. I'm from the Lipedema Surgical Solution team. My colleague Ven is also here with us on the back end. And of course, we're joined by the beautiful Susan O'Hara. So the way that the session will work today, I'm just going to do a really quick welcome, and Dr. Chris Lekic, our medical director at Lipedema Surgical Solution, unfortunately couldn't be with us today, but he has given us a welcome message. And then we're going to hear from the beautiful Susan. So just so you're aware, this session is being recorded and it will be posted to our website for future replay. So if you'd like your question to remain anonymous, you can just hit anonymous when you submit your question. Don't worry if you forget, because we won't read your name aloud in the recording. So without any further ado, I will just get Ven to pop on a welcome from Dr. Chris Lekic today. Is that okay, Ven?
Hi all, Dr. Chris Lekic is my name. Today I have the absolute pleasure of introducing Susan O'Hara on behalf of the Walk with Freedom team. Susan is a fierce lipedema advocate, author, blogger, social media influencer, and the founder of Legs Like Mine. And her work has been dedicated to empowering ladies with lipedema through fashion, confidence, and self-expression. Her new book, Styled with Love, A Guide to Fashion and Confidence for Lipedema Warriors, is an incredible resource and uplifting. And she's generously giving a free PDF copy to all of our viewers today. Susan, your work in global awareness is inspiring and very much out of the box. I'd love to meet you in person while I ride my bicycle across America in under 12 days, starting the 12th of June, to raise lipedema awareness with my program. And the course comes close to Oklahoma. However, it's a big state. I hope it works out for us to meet face to face. This is what collaboration looks like, bringing medical, fashion, and advocacy worlds together to create a future where lipedema warriors are seen, heard, and supported. Susan, thank you for being such a powerhouse in this space. Over to you.
Oh, wow, that was so sweet. Yes, of course I will come and meet him wherever he is. We drive everywhere in the state, so that sounds great. How exciting.
Aw, thank you so much, Susan. So just quickly, for those of you who don't know, Dr. Chris Lekic, our medical director at Lipedema Surgical Solution, is riding his bike across America in June. So he may see Susan there, hopefully. And we'll, of course, pop all those links up after Susan's presentation so that you can find out where to follow. So that's Ride to Walk with Freedom, if you haven't heard about that already. Super exciting. Anyway, I'm going to hand over to you now, Susan.
Okay, let me get my presentation pulled up here. So I have all these funny ideas going in my head right now about meeting Dr. Chris. I'll be the one on the e-bike. And I'll be
Please do
passing
it.
him and he'll be, how is
Yeah.
this going?
Yeah. Let's go
Right,
viral.
so you can see my screen okay.
I can see everything.
Perfect. Well, hi
Wonderful.
everyone. My name is Susan O'Hara, and Dr. Chris said such a nice introduction to me. But if you haven't met me before, I run a website called legslikemine.com, and I have been doing this website now for about 5 years, in fact, and it started out of necessity. And I will just tell you a little bit of background about that. I thought I had cancer in my legs, honestly. And I started looking around online, and I came across some ladies who so generously took a look at my legs and said, "Hey, I think you have lipedema," and pointed me in a direction where I could go on the internet and do a lot of searching and research to come up with finally getting a diagnosis and having my own medical team here in the States work with me to get some treatment. I'm a part of the way through a treatment plan, but I'm heavily into conservative therapies. So that's why I feel it's so important to share my personal story, because it might help one more person not only be able to recognize lipedema, but to also feel good in their own skin, because I know it made a huge difference in my own life when I saw pictures of other women who had the same condition as me, and realizing that I'm not alone, I'm not a freak of nature, I'm not a monster. I mean, I thought these terrible things about myself. So to realize that, hey, I am still beautiful, and actually I feel better about myself knowing that I actually have a disease than this is something that I caused. So I share my story because it really does empower other people to let themselves feel beautiful again, and to understand that you're still strong, you're still smart, you're still all of the wonderful things that you are, and you're a lot like me. So that's a little bit about why I'm here. A little bit more information about me, though. So I am a patient. I run legslikemine.com, and that website, it tells my personal story as I go through treatments and different appointments and this and that, but I also share fashion tips. So anytime I'm wearing a great outfit, I'll have someone snap a picture of me, and I'll actually share the links of where I bought the clothes, so that other people can find outfits that are similar in nature. Or maybe I'll come up with ideas of, like, this is where I got the idea for the clothes. And it could range from mimicking famous people who have paid stylists, right? To seeing a really great commercial for a medication on TV and thinking, wow, I could look great in that outfit too. So it runs the full gamut of things that are on my website. I also do sell footwear now that is made for women with our with the advanced stages, who have, deep feet that are swelling. And that's one of the things that I've been working on as a side project now for 2 years. So I'm really happy that that finally came to fruition after tons of work. I am the president of the American Lipedema Association. We founded that this past June, and we have members from almost all 50 states in the United States after just the first 6 or 7 months now, right? And we advocate for people with lipedema. We're always working for insurance coverage to give women voices, even in small ways, like having the courage to speak with their doctor or their employer, and work for the women who feel like they can be empowered with who they are and what skills they have too. So that's been a really great part of my life that I've enjoyed a lot. I have written 9 books about lipedema. I have a few of them here, and I know that Dr. Chris mentioned that you'll be getting a free copy of Styled with Love, but you're also going to be getting a copy of my bestseller, which is Aquatherapy for Lipedema and Lymphedema. And this book was designed with a physical therapist, and all the pictures are made in my own home pool. This book is so empowering for people who feel like they may not be able to exercise any longer due to the heaviness of legs and stuff like that, but it really is helpful. So I want to be sure that this information gets in your hands. And then copies of a few other books that are about advocacy and just stories of women with lipedema. So I hope you'll take advantage of that and use it and share it freely. I want the information out there. It's not about making money. So I am an author. Again, I blog on my website. I am a former government employee here in the States, and I've been retired for a couple of years. And then my last thing is, and I brought this up because Dr. Chris is doing his Bike Across America tour this June. I participate in a really awesome activity here in the States called the Lipedema or Lipedema Triathlon. And obviously, you can tell from the pictures that I'm showing you on the screen, I'm not really a triathlete. But I love to swim. And the triathlon, if you were going to do it in total, it would be a run, a bike, and a swim, but it is called an all or something event. So you do what you can as much as you can. And for me, I break mine up over the course of the entire month of June for Lipedema Awareness Month. I'll knock out the swim in one day easily, but then I don't run and I really don't bike because I need to have my knees replaced, right? But I do the swimming part and then I'll do a little bit of walk. And but everywhere I go, if I'm participating in the event, I wear the t-shirts and it always brings up questions for people who are participating. So the last time I did it, in fact, I was on a cruise ship and I wore this t-shirt and I actually did go get on the bike a bit and did the swim and everything and brought a lot of awareness about lipedema to folks just because I was wearing the t-shirt and being active. So that's a pretty cool thing. And I would love for you to join me in this June too. So if you follow me on social medias, you can find out more information about that. But here is why we're here today. Today, we're going to be talking about fashion with lipedema, how to have confidence, how to look great, how to wear beautiful colors and fabrics, and to be able to embrace your unique beauty through fashion. So I hope that you get at least one golden nugget of information today that you can apply to your real life today to make your life better. But I would be remiss if I didn't at least start, because there probably will be at least one person who watches this video who does not know what lipedema is. So this is actually a picture of my legs the night before I went and had my first surgery. I was pretty far advanced. And this actually shows a really great case of lipedema. So this condition is chronic, it's progressive, it primarily affects women, and you can see that it causes a symmetrical and disproportionate accumulation of fat that, if it's left untreated, becomes fibrotic and hard in nature, like my legs did. It normally affects the legs and sometimes the arms and other parts of the body. It's very painful. And I did see easy bruising. A lot of women have easy bruising in the areas where their lipedema fat is growing. And then we often get a cuffing effect at our ankles and wrists. And you can see that on my ankles, I was experiencing that cuffing at the very beginning stages as well. It definitely can affect your mobility and your emotional well-being. When you see yourself looking this way and don't know what's wrong, it really can have a pretty serious psychological impact. So if you're watching this for the first time and you've never heard of lipedema and you think you might have it, definitely connect with your doctor and bring this information to them, because it might help you at least with some conservative therapies and to know what's going on. Okay, so we've talked a little bit about the emotional impact and how just looking different can and feeling different, not knowing what's going on, it can affect you. And it really does affect your body image and your self-esteem. We know that people who have lipedema have a higher occurrence of anxiety and depression. There are actual studies out there that show that. And you need to take this all with some self-compassion and continue to have positivity. Hold your head up high and do the best you can with what you have today. So no, maybe you don't look like a typical supermodel, but you are still beautiful and you can still be beautiful and feel beautiful and have fun and do all these great things. So it's really important too that if you're feeling like you have some serious amounts of anxiety and depression, to talk to someone. There's no shame in getting help, and mental health is definitely health. So if you're overwhelmed with these feelings, definitely seek out some assistance, and support groups from people online can even be really helpful too. But don't let it get you down. Like, continue to, just like in this picture here. Yep, I'm wearing compression pants and big adjustable shoes and stuff like that. But I also have on this gorgeous flowy dress. And I had this picture made. Actually, I was in the doctor's office with my mother, and I was twirling in the waiting room for her because she wanted to see my dress twirl, and I still felt great. So there you go. All right, so now as we go through this presentation, I'm going to show you some pictures that are actually from the Legs Like Mine website, and some of the stories that go with them as well, because these are outfits that I really do wear every single day. So you need to know and believe that beauty comes in all shapes and sizes, and it really does start with self-acceptance. I am going to look good today. I do want to feel great today. I want to wear that red. I am going to be the best that I can be with what I have today. It's all about how you want to present yourself. So in this outfit here, I'm wearing black compression pants, excuse me. And I'm actually wearing a little dress that I bought off the clearance rack for about $8. And I in the Legs Like Mine post that I did about this, I actually showed the different ways that you can wear this dress. And the way I wore it, where I popped on a belt to pull in my waist and show my small waist, which is one of the blessings of lipedema, right? Um, and threw on a red jacket. Man, people treat you so differently when you're wearing a red dress. I just can't explain it. But I really polished this up well enough to where I could take this little $8 dress and turn it into a almost like a swimming suit cover up to something I could wear out to dinner at a nice restaurant. And I feel like when I put on a black base underneath it, that the draw is actually to my face, because you're not being drawn to the leg as much as you are being drawn up into my nice makeup. And I think I had on fake eyelashes at the time. So it really is drawing everything up to what I wanted to highlight on that particular day. Okay, so fashion is absolutely a tool for empowerment. And, when I was working in government, I was in way high upper management. And I almost felt like in the mornings when I was getting dressed that I was putting on my armor for the day. And people definitely treat you differently whenever you're just dressed to match the occasion properly. So just because maybe you're a bigger size, like I wear in the States a 24W, which is on the larger end of the plus size spectrum. Maybe you don't feel like you can, but throw on that belt and hold your head up high, shoulders back, right? And let people know that you're there and you mean business and you're large and in charge, right? So don't dress to be hidden. Dress to be in charge, large and in charge, or whatever position you want to be in. Use that fashion to tell your story, right? So this is an outfit that I wear a lot when I'm doing public speaking engagements. I actually wore this outfit when I was speaking for the National Coalition of Federal Employees with Disabilities. And there's something magical about putting on a jacket, right? It automatically gives you empowerment. It makes you look like you know what you're talking about. And people, even if you don't know what you're talking about, they will listen whenever you speak just because you're wearing that jacket. But I also love this fabric. It's a suede, and it's something that I don't normally have, and it just makes me feel so fun. Um, but so in this particular situation, right, I'm using that jacket to communicate to people that I am a leader, that I am a manager, and by golly, it works. That's all I can tell you. So communicate your identity with what you're wearing, with the mood you're having, just like the day before when I was wearing a red dress, maybe I was feeling a little bit flirty or going out on a date or something like that. You can definitely tell from seeing what I'm wearing today that I'm trying to look expensive. I'm trying to look like I make money and earn money. And I'm also wearing that jacket. I'm trying to look like I'm in a position of power. So this also talks about reclaiming autonomy, right? Using fashion to reclaim control over your body. Yes, if you look at my legs down here, you can tell that I've got some lumps and bumps down in the inside of my calves. It's not necessarily my best leg day. Maybe I was a bit swollen or whatever, but I'm in control of how I present myself that day. And definitely challenging societal norms by wearing what feels good to me, right? And that doesn't necessarily mean covering up though either. It could mean that I want to wear a sleeveless dress, or I want to wear a pair of shorts, which I do, or bathing suits. And if you go back to the book of the aquatherapy book that I showed you all earlier, every single page of this book, and I'm going to hold it up even though you're really looking at the other screen. These are pictures of me in my actual bathing suit, right? Because I don't want somebody that is not built like me to represent doing the exercises that I'm able to do, right? It boosts my confidence to be able to align who I am with what I'm wearing. So I hope that that helps you too. So there's my tip for the day though. As you can tell, there are three things actually I want to share with you about this picture. One, the jacket, which we've already talked about. Two, adding in a belt can really pull in your waist. And then with that little pop of gold, you can tell that I'm trying to mimic a name brand belt that I would not spend that much money on, right? This is actually a belt from Amazon. And then you can also tell that I have on these crazy earrings with feathers on them, right? And it really is telling him, yep, I'm a boss. I look like a boss. I'm here to speak and all this and that. But you can tell when somebody shows up with a feathered earring that they're probably fun and have a good sense of humor. And there's just that little tiny hint of that in this outfit. Okay, so now I'm going to give you a few practical tips that maybe you can employ into your daily life today without costing much money, if any money. So the first thing is stand up straight. This doesn't cost any money. Put your shoulders back and almost touch your shoulder blades together. And when you do that, your body is actually sending chemicals to your brain that tells you that you're confident. And when I was an early speaker, I had terrible stage fright, and I literally watched a YouTube video by a lady called Brene Brown. You may have heard of her, and she has some tips for actually going into the restroom and holding your arms up and putting your arms out like in a Wonder Woman type pose. And there are some other videos out there that are popular from different speakers that talk about your body will follow, your brain will follow what your body does, right? So even if you're not feeling it, put on that smile, and pretty soon your brain thinks that you're happy or believes that it's happy, right? So good posture is telling yourself that you are a confident person, but it also slims your silhouette. And not that we're here to look slimmer or be pro slim or whatever, but it does actually streamline your silhouette whenever you stand up straight, right? It tells other people that you're confident. When you're looking down and you're trying to make yourself small, you can really be telling people without even saying a word that you don't want to be seen, that you want to be hidden, right? But when you set up straight and tall and allow yourself to take up the space that God has given you to take up, right? You're allowing yourself to reclaim your position in the room with other people. So own your space. Stand up straight, stand straight. Let your presence be known, right? Allow yourself to take up that space. Okay, now one thing about this outfit before we get off of here. This outfit is all black, right? It's not that exciting of an outfit. And if I didn't add three things to it, you probably wouldn't even notice me. But one, the handbag, right? A bright pink. I took this during the height of the Barbie phase. Adding that little $10 bright pink bag and then some matching sparkly earrings that are pretty big. And then this awesome belt, right? Really changed just a plain back outfit into something that was like a head turner when I walked in the room. I remember people thinking and asking me, literally, because at this point in time, people knew I was doing legs like mine. Oh, you must have a photo shoot today. You look like a supermodel. And I was like, yep. And this has quickly become one of my favorite outfits. I swap it out for, maybe I'll change the earring to a blue and the purse to a blue or something like that. But having this one belt in my wardrobe has changed an all black base layer to something that's pretty freaking awesome. Okay. The next one is wear a supportive bra. And this is such a big deal because a lot of our ladies have been blessed, right? And if you let your bras get old or you're wearing the wrong size bra, which a lot of women do, you're going to hang down lower, which one is going to make you have a tendency to lean forward and get rid of that confident pose that we talked about too. But it also isn't showing your waist at all if you've got your boobs hanging down in front of it, right? So take a minute, go through your bras and get rid of the ones that are old and worn out. And I'm just going to tell you that I get rid of mine every year here in the States. The day after Thanksgiving is Black Friday, and we have big sales. And I get rid of every single bra in my wardrobe, and I get 14 new bras for the year because they're on sale for really cheap, right? If you start feeling like they're starting to sag too much, or you're not, like if you see little wrinkles and stuff in it, throw that thing away because it will help you stand up straight and just look so much better in your clothing. And if you don't know if your bra is the right size, go to a department store. They'll fit you for free, right? And you don't even have to buy anything usually to get a fitting. They'll tell you if you're wearing the right size or help you understand the kinds that will work the best with your body. So I will pause here for a second. Vin is going to help me with this, but how many of you have not replaced your bra in the last year? Let's see if anybody has anything to say or any raises of the hand for this one. You would be really surprised, and you don't have to admit it. Right? But just be thinking like, and also, am I hanging on to a bra that hurts me? That's another one. If you have any funny bra stories, or you're thinking like, as soon as this webinar is over, I'm going to go through my cabinet and get rid of all the bras that are old and that are hurting me. Let us know. It's just a funny little question, but it's definitely true. By the way, this is the bathing suit that I wear in my books and most of the time in my website whenever I'm talking about swimming and aquatherapy. And I love the water. I love the way I feel in the water. And it turns out in the water, I'm a pretty good ballerina. I don't know about you, but I, for a long time, I actually went one time on a trip with my Girl Scout troop and didn't get in the water, and it killed my soul because I didn't want my girls to see my legs. And then I thought about it afterwards and I was like, I'm never doing that again. So what I did instead is I invested in a bathing suit that I personally feel fabulous in. Like when I go all over the world, I've worn this particular bathing suit in Hawaii, in Mexico. I'll be wearing it next month on the beaches of Barcelona, even if it's cold, right? I will be on that beach because I just love the water so much. And the minute I take my cover up off, I don't think twice about it. I go, I walk around and do the shopping. I swim, I have fun, I drink that margarita, even though you're not probably supposed to, but I do it anyway, because life is for living, right? And now that I have these kind of bathing suits that I feel great in, I don't think twice about it. And I hope that's for you too. So and I'll talk more about bathing suits here in a minute, but this bathing suit is made by a company called Juno Active, and they're based in the north part of the United States. I actually do some modeling for them. In return, they let me come and learn about the fashion industry even more. So it's a great trade. But I love their bathing suits. Okay. The next one is fix your hair. And I know this sounds crazy, but my go-to is to put my hair in a bun in the morning, like if I'm around the house cooking or doing laundry or whatever. But if you even take a minute to think about the kind of bun that you're wearing or the kind of ponytail that you're putting your hair in, take a minute to put a part down the side or in the middle and think about the story you're telling people when you wear even a certain kind of ponytail. A low ponytail means business, and a high ponytail is for sport or for fun, right? But it doesn't cost any money to run a brush through your hair and put a braid in or something like that. It just adds that little bit of polish where it looks like you meant to do things on purpose. Of course, when you're around the house, do whatever you want. But if you're wanting to tell people that you're confident, take a minute and fix your hair. And the same goes for makeup if you wear it. Um, I do what's called 5-minute makeup at the house here almost every single day. I only wear eyelashes if I'm going to an event or if I'm doing a shoot, but I do 5-minute makeup and that is good enough for me. People can see my eyes, it evens out my color, and it's off the shelf pharmacy brand makeup that I wear. So, you know, take those extra couple of minutes to do that for yourself, and you'll be confident the rest of the day instead of feeling like you need to hide because you didn't take that extra minute. Okay. So the other thing about, of course, having lipedema is we have enough things that cause us discomfort in our lives anyway. So make sure that you're dressing for comfort. Don't wear things that pull you, that cut off the lymphatic flow in your body in any places use fabrics that are breathable and feel really good. I know when I go to Mexico quite often, I learned pretty quickly to not wear synthetic fabrics because they really didn't let the air flow through. And when I switched to wearing more cotton type fabrics on those really hot days, I did feel better, especially because I wear compression underneath everything. And so having that extra layer that is breathable was really helpful. The other thing is, the most beautiful fabrics are the light and flowy ones. I am a sucker for a beautiful silk anything. And it just to be able to add accents and maybe that third piece that we talk about sometimes in executive, where you're adding either a scarf or a vest or a jacket, your third piece can be made out of something beautiful and flowy just as easily as it can be an old stuffy jacket. So why not? Why not go for the pretty one, right? The other thing is here in the middle, strategic styling to highlight your favorite features. So I have a friend, Kara, she's an influencer and she's amazing. And she has the coolest tattoos. And they happen to be, one set of them is on her upper thigh, and then one set of them is on her arms. And she actually has changed the kind of compression that she wears many days. She wears knee-high compression because she still wants to be able to show off that tattoo. And she also wears a lot of sleeveless shirts to be able to show off her tattoo on her arm. For me, I feel like my best features personally are in this zone here, my face. When I make it up, I feel like I can really compete with the best of them, right? And then because I do wear a good fitting bra, I have nice cleavage. I'm just going to say it. I think a lot of you do too, right? And so I wear a lot of V-necks and like really cool jewelry. You can tell today I'm wearing this crazy crazy thing that's all sparkly. But I like to draw the eye to the things that make me feel like this is what I want you to look at, right? Um, you'll see me like if I'm really dressed up, yes, I might be wearing like a beautiful fabric or something, but I might take an extra minute and put on like a really sparkly eyeshadow because I want you to look at my eyes and how much time I took on them. Or, maybe I've got a really great suntan from being out in the pool, and maybe I will wear something that shows my shoulders a lot more because I want you to see, like, hey, um, I've got this gorgeous tan. Why not show it, right? So, um, you know, use that styling strategically. It's not necessarily to hide your eyes from the legs, but that's not where I always want to draw the eye. I like to draw the eye to what I want to show off for that day. And then just like the pictures I showed earlier, where I have that pink purse, right? If you use like a really cool accessory, you can change the whole look and feel of an outfit just by swapping out the purse or changing the belt from that plain brown one to the really cool gold one, and it shares a totally different message. You can dress up your outfit by changing the materials that your accessories are made of too. So, okay. We've talked about adding a belt. So we do have the benefit of having a small waist that sometimes we forget to show off. I try to avoid this word, but I'm going to say it for the purpose of sort of making my point. But I hate it whenever I see folks wearing clothes that are way, way, way too big to hide their bodies and they end up looking sloppy. I don't like to look sloppy. And I think it's not doing yourself any favors when you just put a bag on yourself, cinch it in, show off the parts that are curvy, right? I mean, our curves are amazing and sometimes we forget that. So, and the other thing is that belts are not expensive. I believe the belt I'm wearing here came in a set of 3 off of Amazon, and it was like $12 for the full set. It just tidies the look up, and it makes it look like your outfit was on purpose instead of I rolled out of bed and I just threw this on because it was comfortable. The clothes that I'm wearing with this belt, in fact, these are jersey t-shirt type materials, right? I have compression on underneath on the bottom half. But throwing that belt on and then just a simple and easy necklace that I already had in there in the cupboard, right, makes it look like I made an outfit instead of just threw something on. So grab yourself a couple of belts, and they come in all sizes. So there's a belt for everyone out there. Yeah, we've talked a little bit about using accessories for statements too. So if you're using, just like we talked about the black outfit, using that belt, using the colored earrings, you can really change an entire look just by changing out the accessories. And I'm going to show you this with this red dress. This red dress was a $40 dress. I love it. That's all I can say. I love this dress. It makes me feel so good. The bottom is made of chiffon and it just makes you want to twirl. That's all I can really say. But take a look at the earrings that I'm wearing. And I'm going to pull the audience here really quickly. Tell us about your favorite pair of earrings that say something about you. And excuse me, you can put it in the chat while we're talking about it. But if you can't tell, the earrings that I'm wearing are actually little strawberries. And whenever people see this, they might think, oh, she's dressed up for a fancy pants occasion, right? But you see the earrings and think, oh, I bet she's fun. I bet she's a ball of fun. I could change these out to be like a simple diamond stud or something more sophisticated. But even going to like a gala dinner or something like that, I can pull off these red earrings and still throw in a little bit of personality with the outfit too. Okay. Now this is the same dress that I was wearing in the previous page. So let's look at it here. Here's me. I've got my black compression on, basic black shoes. And I'm wearing, just to share with you all, I have on a strapless bra underneath it. And then I've got a really nice necklace it's made of glass. It's not gold. And then red lipstick and the cherry necklace. Now look here again. I have everything on that is exactly the same, but I've just thrown on this really cool houndstooth topper. That was $15 off of Amazon. And I used this in some photo shoots where she zoomed in closely on me and it showed up as a really professional look. And then same thing here, same photo shoot, same photographer. We swapped out the earrings for more professional earrings. And then I just put on a navy blue jacket on top of it. And I use this for my LinkedIn profile quite a bit. I do have to crop out because it's a little low cut right there. So I usually will start like right below the necklace and use the top shot for my, like my or for my profile picture and stuff like that. But it made an entirely different look by just changing out the toppers and a little bit of jewelry swap. Okay. And this is another thing that I do. I try to incorporate compression into my outfits. A lot of times in the summertime, you'll see me wearing like a sleeveless topper or something really light and flowy, like this really cool dress that I have on here. And I just use the compression as the base layer for a lot of what I'm doing. This happens to be a dress, but you'll see me also wearing like mid-thigh length. For me personally, I try and cover my bum because the type of compression that I wear has seams that go up the back and they look kind of strange if my bum is showing, but I'm not opposed to it, right? So, just wear your compression. Find a kind of compression that you will actually wear. That's the best kind of compression there is. It's the one that you'll put on every single day. And so I personally, I could wear a higher grade compression, but the ones that I've found, they really do feel great on me. And when I put them on in the morning, I've actually caught myself doing this where I go, oh, that feels so good. That's what you want whenever you find the right compression, right? So, take care of yourself and just use it as part of your outfit. Okay. I'm going to hit you with a few wardrobe essentials that we haven't talked about. And the first one is a black dress. You can wear a black dress for so many different occasions. And this is a post that I did on like mine, where I actually showed this same dress and I'm wearing it like 12 different ways just by swapping out the accessories. So here on the right is this basic black dress that looks a little bit matronly when you wear it by itself, right? No belt or anything here, and my hair's just pulled in this low, kind of serious ponytail, right? But so for running errands, I took this same black dress, I pushed up the sleeves and put on a cute little necklace, and then I tied my same red blazer that I was wearing in a different picture here around my waist and popped on some tennis shoes with it. And I actually took that dress and I tied a little knot in the bottom right hand side to give it more of a sporty and casual feel. And then moving to the left, you can tell that I put on that third piece, which is the scarf and then actually the blazer too. And what I do a lot of times is I'll buy more expensive blazer sets, like dress sets, and I rarely, rarely wear the pant or skirt that comes with it because it doesn't fit me properly. And so I prefer to wear this more comfortable base layer and then throw on the jacket for work. And then you can switch out the entire feeling by just finding really cool scarves to wear with it. This scarf I bought at a museum, and when you spread it out, it's like a Monet painting. It's really pretty. So that was a great look for work. And then on work days, whenever I'm feeling a little bit like a little feisty or whatever, I have on a really cool ankle boot that's called a Chelsea boot. So it's got elastic on both sides of it, and it goes up great onto my ankles, which are a little bit larger. And then just a fun and flowy leopard print jacket because I'm 50, I can wear leopard print if I want. And I love it. It's fun. So, grabbing some essentials like this that can be worn multiple ways. When I go to Europe here in a couple of weeks, I will take this black dress with me and do something similar where I can wear it multiple times and just dress it up with accessories that are easier to pack than having to bring a whole lot of different dresses on the trip. Okay, now this is the same red dress that we had talked about earlier in the presentation, and you can tell that I've got that night out look right here in the middle, but then on the left, I've styled it for comfort for running errands with some tennis shoes and trainers, and I'm wearing the color of no one compression, the nude compression, and I've just thrown on a denim shirt that's unbuttoned for really casual, just throw it together. And then I pulled my hair back up at the top because I still wanted to have a fixed hair type of look, right? And then on the right, I took that same exact look and I tied the waist, and you can tell the difference just by rolling up the sleeves and tying the waist. It's a little bit more polished than if I wear it open. So let's say I was going to the parent meeting at the school, I could throw this on and tie the waist and look a lot more polished than by wearing the dress alone or with that open jacket. Okay, another practical tip I have for you is to always have one formal outfit on hand. Find something that you really, really like. It doesn't have to be super expensive, and keep it in the closet because you never know when you're going to get invited to a fancy dinner or a gala or need to go on a cruise formal night, and you want to have something in the closet that you can wear. I wore this to a gala down in Dallas, Texas, and this is my mother who's with me, and she also has lipedema and is now immobile. But this is one of her go-to outfits too. It's just a black pantsuit that's been adorned with some really cute pearls, and she loves this for one of her night out type outfits. Um, as you can tell, I'm following some of the rules that I've set for myself. It's a pretty low cut, and you could add even like a slinky tank top underneath it in silver or some color, to if you were a little bit hesitant about showing that much cleavage. But this dress was less than $50 on Amazon, and it comes in all the colors that you can possibly want, and even comes in white. So you could get yourself, if you're planning on getting married, like at a seaside wedding or something, you could grab a dress like this off of Amazon in white and have yourself a really great wedding dress that's fun and flowy. And I got tons of compliments wearing this outfit. So I keep this outfit in my closet all the time, and I'll bring it on cruises with me until it falls apart. That's all I can say. But find something that you really love and just keep it there in the closet so you'll always have something. Okay. Shopping strategies. I can't tell you how many times in the past that I have walked out after going into the terrible mirrors and horrible yellow lighting in stores. So a lot of times I'll prefer to shop online these days, just because I can find more of what I'm looking for than having to go out and search exactly, all these different stores in town. And sometimes I'll buy things in a couple of different sizes if I don't trust their sizing, and then I'll send the one that didn't fit back. If you do choose to shop online, or if you need to make modifications, just know who your seamstress is and don't be afraid to get alterations made so that things fit you perfectly. I mean, you can take a pair of jeans if you wanted to and have the seam split down at the bottom if the calves aren't fitting you well, and have your seamstress make it look like it was a fashion choice, right? or pull in that waist in the back. A lot of times we get that butt gap in the back, and you can have them pull in that waist and make your pants fit better. And then they become an investment piece that you'll keep for a lot longer. Know your measurements and don't lie to yourself. If your bust is 55 inches, get something that fits a 55-inch bust, right? Get things that fit you based off of your actual measurements. And make sure that if you're shopping at websites like Temu or Alibaba or any of those sites that maybe come from other countries, that you look at their measurement charts so you're not really disappointed when the package shows up. And again, just be honest with yourself, right? And if you have to shop in person, bring somebody that's supportive with you, that understands. I mean, I can't think of anybody that honestly likes trying on bathing suits or jeans. So bring somebody that will tell you the truth and give you positive feedback, but also encourage you if you start feeling a little bit bummed out about how you look in the mirror. Make it fun, make it a lunch date, have a good time, and when you get tired of it, stop. So take advantage of all of those online marketplaces, though, because it can really change the whole experience for you. Okay, we talked about this. Find a swimsuit that you love. So this is the same swimsuit that I have that I showed you in the other page, different color scheme, but I really love these bathing suits. They're fabulous for doing exercises in. And get yourself in the water. If you miss swimming and you haven't been in the pool for ages or the beach, get yourself in the water. Now, I do have a bikini that I tend to wear at home, but sun on my belly makes vitamin D, so I love it. And then this other suit that I have at the bottom came from Amazon, and it's like a little $17 set. Um, but don't avoid activities just because you have lipedema. If you like being in the water and you haven't been doing it for a while, take the time to find yourself a really nice bathing suit. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to share with you, which taking this full circle now, you're not alone. Have somebody that's there to help you and show you. And this is actually at the modeling place that I was telling you about that does the bathing suits. This is the owner of the company, and she's showing me how to stand. And she's taught me a lot about how to pose properly for the camera and stuff like that too. And it's really an example of how connecting with other people and letting them teach you and share with you can change your life, right? So find somebody, find a group, a friend, whatever, that can support and encourage you and share experiences with you. And don't be afraid to ask questions and reach out to people and share your own story. That's your responsibility, is to help other people, to pay it forward, so that when someone discovers that they've got a condition like lipedema, that they have somewhere to turn as well, and you can guide them through your story and make them feel less alone. It really, really does help other people to see pictures of someone that has legs like ours. It makes them feel like they're part of a club, that they don't deserve it, that there's a genetic factor in it, and that's why I do what I do. Okay, so we talked about it. You're going to be getting complimentary copies of several of my books. If you wanted the print copies, they're on Amazon, but there's perfectly great information in all of these. So we're going to give you the aquatherapy book, a book about advocacy called Empowered Legs. Jeans on a Beach Day is my first book, and it's the stories of 7 different women and how they got to their diagnosis. Then this Styled with Love book that we're going over today. And then my last book is called Sugar Mamas, and it's all about lipedema women who have gone through sugar detox and how it impacted their bodies and our relationships with food. So you'll be getting those from Emily and the gang, and I hope you enjoy them and share them with other folks. Here's my contact information. You can reach me at legslikemine@gmail.com. I have a YouTube channel at Legs Like Mine. Then there's my website, legslikemine.com. And you can find me on all the socials: Twitter, Blue Sky, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Pinterest. And under the name Legs Like Mine, I'm pretty easy to find. But if you want to drop me an email, feel free. I do answer people. It sometimes gets lost and it takes me 2 weeks, but I will answer you. and Messenger and all that kind of stuff. The only thing I don't take is messages from creepers, which we all get, and I just delete those. So I hope you've enjoyed the presentation today. I will go ahead and stop sharing and hand it back over to Emily. And I thank you so much for your time. I hope you got a golden nugget that you can use in your real life today.
Susan, thank you so much.
Oh, you're certainly welcome. It's my pleasure.
I'll just open it up just in case anyone watching wants to ask a question. Just go ahead and pop it in the chat. If you don't mind, Susan, I don't want to take up too much more of your time, but I'll kick off with a question if that's okay.
Sure.
And can you talk about best strategies for layering stylish outfits just while accommodating temperature sensitivities? So obviously you're in Oklahoma and Queensland. It's pretty hot right now, but we often go, you know, like hot, cold. So could you speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. So especially for me, right now at the time of life I'm in, I do kind of get hot flashes and stuff like that. And so if I'm going out for the day, you might see me wear a tank top similar to what you're wearing, you know, and then I might have a shirt on top and it could be cold in the morning, right? And I might even have another shirt or a light jacket on top of it. In the summertime as well, you'll see me wearing my compression because even though they're in the summertime, they're hot. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
But I love to put a flowy skirt or a maxi dress. I love to wear maxi dresses on top of my compression, really light and flowy fabric. And a lot of times you'll see me with sleeveless in the summertime too, to just get that air blowing. And it seems to work. It really does work.
Oh, that's great. Well, thank you. We just had one more. You just touched on it then, but what types of dresses and skirts would you say work best for those with lipedema to enhance style while also allowing for ease of movement, comfort, and compression?
Right. I mean, really, you're not limited to any certain style, whatever you like to wear. I even wear a lot of times, I have really cute shorter skirts, like mini skirts. I have one in denim, like from the 80s. And I have a couple of shorter skirts that are black. And they, for me, are things I would not have worn before I knew I had lipedema. And I really enjoy the smoothing effects of wearing compression. And so now for me, I have a lot more confidence in wearing those shorter styles. But here's a good tip for anybody, regardless of your height, because I see a question coming up here about folks who might be a little bit shorter. An A-line dress looks fabulous on any body type. So if you let's say that you're going to the bridal salon and you're looking for a dress and you just don't even know, start out with that A-line. So A-line is the one that's going to come in like right underneath your bra line, and then it's going to go out like the letter A, and that can stop. You can have that cut to stop at your knees, or you can bring it down to a T length, which is between the knees and the ankle, or all the way to the bottom. And that having the confidence to pull it in tight underneath your bra line is going to show off that you have a smaller waist, and also, you know, kind of highlight the fact that you've got some great curves. But A-line is extremely flattering on any height and any body type.
Absolutely. So
Mhm.
you just touched on that question there that we have from the chat. Would you say that's the best strategy for shorter women with lipedema, especially with the wide hips or saddlebags, earlier stage lipedema?
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. And the other thing is to watch the length of your shirts and your tops. So if you're wearing, let's say like a black compression pant with a top, you want to avoid that sloppy look and make sure that you're wearing things that are the right size for you. And which just screams, I'm trying to hide my body, right? Try
Yeah.
and maybe take it down a size. And then if your shirts are too long and they're having that sloppy look, either bring it in with a belt or actually go in and have that shirt modified so it's a little bit shorter to lengthen the leg.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm
Mhm.
feeling very conscious of my posture now. Just um all right, but anyway, so just for anyone watching, I've got the Instagram details for how to stay in touch with Susan, Dr. Chris Lekich on his Ride to Walk with Freedom, and then of course our Walk with Freedom social media accounts where we post all our updates and our email sign up where you can find out about more webinars and workshops such as this to help and inspire and offer value to the lipedema community. So yeah, thank you again so much, Susan, for your time
Thank you
today.
so much. Yeah, it's been a great time. It's been really nice to meet you all.
Yeah, it's been lovely to meet you too. All right, enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you so much, everyone.
Yeah, thank you.